I don't know where to start with Patrice. He just gave us a lot of stuff in that last 5 minutes.
How you guys doing, man?
Well, you decide on that, Mike?
Sorry.
How
you guys doing, man?
We're all right.
Happy holidays, or happy whatever you're supposed to say.
Yeah, whatever. We had an attitude adjustment. We needed to get out of here for 2 weeks, and now we're happy again.
I needed a month. I've still got a month. I ain't working until next week. A month and 2 weeks, man.
You needed to just, kind of get off the grid?
Oh, Jesus. I was babysitting, dog sitting, just being square. Rethinking. Happy that I'm actually a comic.
Were you assessing?
No.
Self-assessment?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I'm disappointed in show business. It's just anything that, you get into the business and you go, I'm a funny guy. I like funny. Yeah. Boy, show business is here for a piece of shit like me who can make a buck making people laugh because I'm a funny dude. I get into it. And in the 18th year, I just realized one thing you don't need in this business is integrity. You're a fucking idiot if you have some type of a core value system. It's useless.
You know something?
It just makes you stupid to fucking do that. There's no karma. There's no justice. The devil runs show business, and I got in it. It's like Serpico. It's like if you grow up as a kid, this business. If you grow up as a kid, and your thing is, I'm gonna make sure that no one gets bullied. I'm gonna make sure no one gets fucked over. I'm gonna make sure jocks don't push around other kids, and I'm gonna be a natural cop. Then you grow up and you go, you know what? Transition will be that. Then you go find out that actually saving kittens out of a tree. All your other cop friends will say you're a fucking idiot if you go and do things that you think cops are supposed to fucking do.
Yeah. Same
thing with this business. You just go, hey, man, you funny. You fucking do things. You laugh. Make people laugh. And it's all good, right? Fucks no, nigga. It drives you crazy. When Bobby comes in here, we talk. Yeah. At the end of the day, me and Bobby, he is probably my closest comedic friend. There's two different kinds. There's your friends and then there's your comedic friends. Bobby is close to being like in the real friend category. And we talk, but now we have these talks where I'm like, this fucking business. And Bob has transitioned into, I don't do the dude thing, but Bobby has transitioned into everything is wonderful. Look at the bright side, guy. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like, look at the positive side, dude.
And
we out here
doing
it happens when you are trying to be you in this business and they rape you. I'm looking at Gilbert Arenas and it hit me yesterday. The only unforgivable crime in this country is if you make white people upset. Gilbert Arenas, the gun didn't bother people. It's not the gun. It's his non-contrite attitude.
That was true.
And they must make niggas pay for your non-contriteness.
Patrice, that happens to white guys too, though. It really does.
When I say niggas, I mean everybody. Like, make a nigga pay.
Yeah, if you're not contrite, no matter what color you are, yes, they don't appreciate that.
I meant niggas. I should have said because men.
That goes across the board. Absolutely.
Let me give you an example of something. Arenas, the gun thing, whatever. It was happening. They were looking into it, whatever. But he got suspended and fined for not being contrite. You're absolutely right. Now, if you remember...
In reality. Not the legitimate reason, but in reality, that's why.
But if you remember, we got suspended it was not for the fact that a homeless guy came in and started talking about Condoleezza Rice and having sex with the
first lady at the time.
It wasn't that.
Right.
If you remember, we slide on that. It was, we weren't contrite about it, and we had goofed on it a little bit the next day or the next 2 days, and that's what suspended us. So, it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, with the
same fucking thing.
Well, I should have said nigga. When I said nigga, I didn't mean black people.
Right, I'm Sicilian.
I meant I just meant right now.
We understand that.
It's just a bad situation.
What got Gilbert was the picture, which made me laugh so fucking hard when he's on the sideline with the two fingers like it's guns, and his teammates are around him and they're all laughing their asses off.
That got him in trouble, right there.
I thought that was the greatest thing I've seen in a long time. I was laughing my ass off.
Well,
that was sort of making fun of the situation, and he's got some shit to deal with, and he's still freaking mocking it.
Two, you know how you get sayings in your life that mean something to you for how long it does. One is there's three sides to every story. It just hit me. I never heard it before. It just hit me. There's three sides to every story. Yeah. Yours, mine, and the truth. I thought that was genius, but somebody was like, "You never heard that?" And I was like, "No."
It is a good one.
But my tendency is to believe Gilbert but the way these sportscasters, and this is going back to show business. It's just like these guys, you can see the transformation where he was this witty, wonderful guy that we liked. Mm-hmm. And then how dare you make light of this? He said, look, I brought the gun. Me and the guy was gambling. I brought the guns to say, you better give me my money, motherfucker. But I was joking.
It's a joke, right?
And my guns were unloaded. I just showed him that because it's cool to see guns. When I seen your guns, it's cool to see guns.
Cool to see guns.
It's just cool to see guns.
Yeah. Absolutely.
When you don't own a bunch of guns, and you have movie guns, which is beautiful, man.
Video game guns.
Movie guns.
He's got video game guns.
It's a beautiful thing.
I just bought an Uzi.
Is that legal?
Yeah.
Is that legal?
It's fantastic.
It's legal.
9mm
I don't think
Uzi.
a Uzi's legal.
Yeah, because I got a 16-inch barrel on it. I can't have the
that's
short
amazing.
Ant knows all the rules.
Can't have the short barrel.
That's just amazing.
You're not going to trip Ant up.
Piss it
No,
up.
I didn't try to trip him up. I'm like, I thought Uzis were.
It's fucking great.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Yeah, it's fun.
Can you kill a motherfucker with that if you come to your house?
Holy shit!
Oh,
if I want to pick
I'm saying
and choose.
without
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be a problem. It's a legal weapon.
And if they come in your home, you can still defend yourself to the death.
Yeah, based on if it merits deadly physical force as per the laws, you could use whatever gun you want. As long as
As I'm sitting home for the month and a half. Next week I work again in Tampa, and I just came to the realization that I wasted 18 years. I just wasted 18 years of having some type of issues with like how I conduct myself. You know what I mean?
Really?
I try to conduct myself with respect, and it's dumb.
You don't see it as a growing process?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
It's fucking dumb.
You're maturing.
Dude,
you went from the guy you were, because I look back at the guy I was, let's say, that many years ago, whatever. Okay. It ain't the same guy I am now. I mean, I laugh at the same shit. I'm the same guy, but there are certain aspects of my life that I had to just kind of, and maturing sometimes is getting immature. That's you could mature by getting more immature. You know what I mean? It's not I don't think you wasted your time. That's for sure.
I just feel like I did. I feel like a lot of people in this business are cute. There's a lot of prosperous people who no one respects, no one likes as a human being. Everybody thinks is a douche. But they just are prosperous.
Yeah.
And their families are prosperous.
But maybe they're
just
miserable.
Pieces of dog shit.
Maybe they're miserable.
Couldn't be more miserable than me.
All right. No, I understand that. I'm just saying the grass is always greener kind of shit.
I hate the fact that I have to look at somebody, Comic Buddy right now is this dude, he's diabetic too. And he's about the same age. He's going blind, and I hear he got cancer and all kind of shit. Jesus. So I have to look at him at the age he is, close to mine, and his situation, and go, well, I could be
there, but for the grace of God,
I have to look at his horror to feel better about my. I just basically, for real, I don't need a lot of money. I basically am getting sick of. This sounds like a fucking crazy rant. I'm getting sick of bitches having opinions, and that's all I get to see is fat black bitches, old white bitches, dykes.
All over your TV.
I'm watching Tyler Perry. His biggest character is Medea.
Yeah, Medea.
And I'm like, well, you know what? To be a fucking man, you have to dress as a bitch and act sassy
Right.
To be able to be a sassy motherfucker.
Sassy fucking, I'm going to show you kind of thing. He's got to dress like a bitch.
I just want to do all this.
You're never going to dress like a bitch.
I've dressed like a bitch before. Look.
When did you dress like a bitch?
In a movie called In the Cut, they had me dressed as a transsexual pimp doorman.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
Was this clip online?
It probably is.
This clip
I saw that.
And
I don't remember.
And it was done. It was the lady that did the piano. So, what's her name that did the piano? The director.
Oh shit! Huh?
Anyway, she's one of those directors. She was like the Daniel Day-Lewis of directors. She would direct something every 16 years and then get an Oscar. Yeah. So I went in and read for this part. I go, fucking my career. Bye-ho! I'm playing a faggot. This is it. Retards or a fucking transsexual doorman, nigga? I'm in. With Meg Ryan and Mark Ruffalo?
You're in.
Where do I sign up, right?
Right. So I'm just sitting there and I look at that and go, I'm just a big faggot for no reason. Cause I tried to do the tap dance to get something that I really don't know what I want. But now I know what I want, and I really don't need a lot of money from what I want. I really just want to sit down and have an opinion about anything. That's why this is an enjoyable place to come.
Yeah, you
just say what the fuck you want.
Hope for the best.
But the game is very. For a month and a half, I didn't miss comedy.
All right, let me go to Lady Trucker.
Really?
Lady Trucker's going to summarize what you're saying here.
Oh, sure.
Patrice, I'd like to welcome you to Midlife Crisis.
Is it a midlife crisis thing, Patrice?
I don't know what. The only context I have for midlife crisis is like a white dude who buys
who buys Uzis,
who buys
Uzis,
small cars,
sports cars and Uzis.
I'm not sure I'm having a midlife crisis. I'm really not positively sure of that. I can't say I'm not because I don't know the rules of a midlife crisis. But again, I'm 40. To white guys, that's fucking teenage years. Y'all start having families at 56.
Right. For a black guy, though, 40.
For a black guy, that might be a midlife crisis.
Getting up there, 40.
You know, if I feel a tingling in my pinky, I'm like, oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
And I go, am I going to just die in here? Like, I went to eat. This is what I did over the whole thing. You know, I was into being a vegan for a minute. I started eating fish, and here and there, I just needed it. I was starting to suffer. Because some of the stuff you have to substitute for meat is worse than meat, you know? It's just annoying.
But soy fucking.
But meat is a terrible thing. It's just, then you start reading about what they put in food. It's all fucked up. So, anyway, I went to a raw thing.
Restaurant?
A restaurant where everything's raw.
Right.
And I said, yeah, I'm going to open my mind to this. Sat down, had raw lasagna.
What?
Exactly.
How do you have that?
Raw?
Dude.
How do they make raw lasagna? I understand.
It was out of
other dishes, but you have to cook lasagna.
You don't.
What, are the noodles crunchy?
Well, I had a delicious meal of spaghetti. Raw spaghetti. Made out of, guess what they use spaghetti as?
Squash.
I know, squash.
That they
Hold on.
Now you
gotta shut up for a minute. Me and Ann had a squash dinner once from our exes.
Our exes got together and said, we're gonna make you dinner. You guys are gonna come home from work. Make sure you come to the house because we got a surprise for you guys. So me and Hope, we're run out of work.
We're thinking about the best piece of steak or something nice.
I'm thinking of steak or something really cool.
Nice bottle of wine, something hearty. It's fucking winter in Boston.
We get over the house, and both of the girls had just made squash spaghetti. And they're like, here you go. And we're like, what is it? We're not saying. We're not saying try it. Just eat it. I ate this, and I was like, this.
We didn't even eat it, Ann.
I took like a bite.
Tried it.
And
it was
said,
disgusting.
This sucks a dick.
I could say to this day, worst meal ever.
Horrid.
And then they're all pissed off because we're not enjoying
now
their
they're
stupid
mad at us.
fucking dinner. Squash spaghetti dinner.
I think we went out to the bar right after that.
And got pizza.
Like, fuck you. Pizza and a beer.
And they were motherfuckering us. Like, well, then don't make us fucking squash
throwing
spaghetti.
Away the squash spaghetti.
I think the dog didn't even eat it, Aunt.
No.
We used to kick under the table.
My buddy I went with, he's really a health nut now, and he's just into working out, which is fine. And I was open to it. And
Did you try? What did you think?
I go, you know what? I said, I'm not going to even fool myself to him. He goes, man, let's do this for 5 days. I said, no. I go, this is unless they can fucking guarantee me immortality. If I live forever, I'll eat raw food. If you can guarantee me I'll never die like Dracula. But if you say I'm gonna die at 70, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not gonna fucking suffer through this. Because the raw lasagna, here's how you eat raw food. You always compare it to real food.
Yeah. Visually, you're like excited. Your brain's like, fuck, this is lasagna.
They make it out of zucchini, bananas, fried, like the plantains. They have macadamia cheese, and this is how they make the cheese.
Jesus Christ. This sounds fucking horrible.
Macadamia.
Don't make it look like cheese and
raw food cheese. And look, man, some people eat raw. And look, raw food keep you alive. That shit, that really does help you live.
You do feel better when you eat some
really
of that raw
do.
shit.
You do. But you make the cheese, they put it in a blender with some shit, and they make it into a paste.
It didn't taste like cheese,
and then they put it into a dehydrator. And it takes 2 days or a day for all of the, it's like, I have to plan my shitty raw meal 2 days from now.
2 days.
Like, 2 days, I gotta start going, oh shit, I better make my goddamn macadamia nut cheese.
Because I'm gonna really want that in 2 days.
And every bite is like, whoa, this is raw. Tastes just like some shit I really want to eat, but this is not what I want to eat. Like, it just, yeah. So my point is, for a month and a half, you're sitting around, determining what you really are. Just from that's what I do every year. And I determine.
You reflect at the end of every year. That's why I said I think everyone goes through that around Christmas and New Year's. And then that's why I'm glad when January 1st is here. It's like, all right, enough of that fucking reflecting shit.
Another thing that scared me was 3 things that happened to me. I realized I'm unfriendly. One thing, I'm not going to fucking eat raw food. And 2009 scared me. I was scared for the first time ever, is that the year went by
too fast.
And I lived it. Meaning, I'm here today. I'm thinking of September right now. And September will be here. Meaning, usually at the end of the year, you go, whoa! I remember every story, every second. I remember when it happened. I saw that was in February. Meaning I lived day by day, the 365 days of 2009, and it went by fast. Do you understand what I'm fucking saying? Meaning,
it's a midlife crisis.
My life is
I don't need any more info. You got that midlife crisis.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Fucking, I remember January 1st in Vinny's shitty room on New Year's Eve, man.
Here's what happens. You got
to get Uzi.
When you're young,
I got a record.
When you're young, you're waiting for things. When you're a young guy, you're waiting for things. You're constantly looking forward, especially when you're a kid. You're looking forward to Christmas. You're looking forward to your birthday. You're looking forward to summer vacation. When you look forward to things, it takes forever.
Fast enough, right?
It takes forever. Now, when you get older, you're putting shit off. You got bills. You got bitches. You got all kinds of shit that you don't want to happen. So it fucking creeps up on you so quickly that time seems to fucking shoot right by. And then before you know it, that was 3 years ago? What? Huh?
Yeah, you're right.
It is.
Supposedly you get,
That's why we gotta play Kick the Can. Kick the Can.
There you go. Supposedly, though, you get over this whole midlife crisis bug, and then you just move on with your life.
Supposedly. I just don't want to die.
It could last a couple years.
Before I really put a foot in somebody's ass that means something.
Yeah, you want to kind of make a mark? What do you want, a legacy or something?
I don't think of those things. I don't even think of wills. I didn't think of none of that shit.
Who gives a shit about the will thing?
Well,
they'll figure it out after we're gone.
I want to leave my Jersey City condo to my girl.
Yeah, the government will take the whole fucking thing.
I like to leave my mother's shitty dying poinsettia bush.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, your mom got
my neighbor.
Your mom got you a poinsettia.
It's just dying.
Worst plant ever.
I fucking water it every day, and they just the leaves. I was so depressed. This is just dead leaves all on my table. I won't move, and
Wow.
Dude, if you saw
End of the year really nails you up the ass, doesn't it?
If you saw the poinsettia growing in your backyard, you would just chop it down thinking it's a weed.
It's the worst.
Why the fuck are we buying these things?
My mother wanted me to have a Christmas spirit so bad when she came to visit. I said, Mom, just stop forcing. Like, my mother just now got happy because she's in her 60s, so she's trying to change. But she's miserable, too. Like, it's in my blood. I'm just surrounded by misery. My girl's miserable. We had a long talk about how miserable she is. And
really?
And how, because we was in the store, she had to buy the Wii for her daughter for Christmas, of course. So we in the store. And it's just, I will say, I have to say this. Just white people are just nicer. You're not better people, but just on the bullshit, just regular bullshit, you're nicer. Just nice people. And then two white people were trying to help her with this Wii thing, and she's like, "What's nunchucks?" She just says it out loud in the store. "What's these nunchucks?" And this guy who doesn't work there,
doing that.
just with
what's these nunchucks?
Yeah, what's Wii nunchucks? And just standing there, some guy that didn't even work there is like, "Oh, this is this, and why is one black and the other one not black?" And he just was helping as if he worked here, and she just went, Then she gets up to the counter and the white girl goes, "I hear you're buying the Wii. You know that the Mario's great for the Wii." And my girl just looks at it and just, thanks. So we're in a car and I'm looking out the window and I'm just reflecting on us.
Holy
and she goes, "You know what? I don't think you like me." I go, "So what?" Right? But she goes,
what she was looking for.
But she goes, "I think you really don't like me." And I just go, "You're not likable." And she goes, sometimes I feel so lonely. I go, "Because you're miserable. You're not a friendly person." We didn't meet under friendly conditions. Me and my girl didn't meet like at the fucking bar. Like, hi,
having a good time.
I met her at a voiceover at a Spike Lee at the 25th hour at a voiceover, and I thought she was a cunt when I said, "This cunt." I hate this bitch.
Yeah.
And when we met, we didn't have no fucking courtship, but then we just ended up together. And a lot of times right now, because we've been together so long, we have square people conversations that I have to close my eyes and look back and go, "Wait a minute, we didn't have no fucking love affair, bitch." Like, I hated you. And there's parts of you I still hate, but I got to know. I'm the same way. I'm one of those people like, once you get to know Patrice, I'm not a fucking good guy right away. I'm a great guy after
a while,
years. I'll say years. I think I could talk.
Patrice has the age like fucking wine or Jack Daniels in a cask or some shit.
Over the years, how long have you been doing the show for real?
Jesus,
10 years?
Before y'all, a little bit before you left NEW.
So 2000, you probably started in 2001, early 2001, I would guess. So
maybe.
We've known you a long time. I would say, Patrice, the most intimidating guy we've ever had on the show as a regular. Easily.
Really?
Who do you put up there?
Intimidating? No.
When you first meet Patrice? Holy shit, yeah. Name someone else that's more intimidating than Patrice over the years.
When we first met?
It took a while to warm up.
What? I didn't know that.
Hell fucking yeah.
Wow. No.
Now we sort of know how we all, all our inner workings, but at first, there was a little holy shit, this guy's intense. Funny as hell, but intense.
I didn't feel
intimidating.
No, I thought it was...
Who would you put up there?
Because he was a comic, I didn't feel that way, You was saying funny shit. It was like, it's funny. It's not like if he was a boxer or some shit and came in, I'd be like, ew.
All right, who do you put ahead of Patrice?
As a
comedian-wise, yeah. That's someone that when they first started doing the show was intimidating.
I think DePaulo is even more intimidating because he's just
DePaulo's up there.
Because he's one of those guys.
DePaulo's up there.
Where I love Nick.
I love Nick too.
You know what?
People go, "Is he really like that?" I go, "Yeah."
Yes.
You know what? Anthony might have nailed it.
Because Nick is
intense
salty.
Too.
Oh, because Nick, he's a victimized white guy.
Yep.
He fucking thinks the world is out to get him.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So he has no friends.
And he's very...
you nailed it, Ant.
He's a nasty man. but I love him. I do love him. And I think he's fucking hysterical. But
Nick is a mess.
but he's nasty.
He will rip your head off. No problem. No problem. And that's when you're getting along with him.
Yeah.
All right, you know what, Ed? I asked you, and you came.
I think that's the one.
You came through. Well, we got Bob Kelly outside.
What?
Babu.
Nice.
We should take a break.
Like Bobby.
Taking shorter breaks today, which is nice.
But anyway, to sum it all up and say, guys, I appreciate coming on here, because I think getting to scream all that stuff out.
Patrice, maybe, you know, because I can relate to you, believe it or not. A lot of people probably go, no, but believe it or not. There's times where you just fucking like, this show is pretty much all I do. And then I leave, and aside from occasionally going to the range and popping off some rounds, most of my time is spent sitting on my couch, watching television in a giant empty house. So I have time to reflect and look around and go, what the fuck am I really doing? It's like I'm existing for the show, but then all the other time is waiting. Like I'm waiting for something that nothing's going to happen. I wait for the weekend, and I go, oh, the weekend's here. And then I go, why did I wait for the weekend?
There's people out there that just think that this conversation is sickening because we're in show business.
We got good spots.
But my thing is, like, if I ever argue with a plumber about whatever, I go, I didn't listen. I compare my misery to my fucking self. I made the decisions that I made.
Right.
You decided to fucking be a plumber. That's what plumbers do. I don't compare my choices to your, because I'm not a square. This is why I respect what we do more than doctors or anything else, is because you can be a doctor if you decide to be.
True, yeah.
Like, there's just no leap of faith as a doctor. You just go, I'm going to school. That's why everybody's mother goes, yay, you're going to be a doctor. That's why my mother was like,
He's
Ma, at 22, she saw a boy become a man who still lived at the house, and my decision, my drum roll was comedian. And she went,
That is the truth.
You know what it is? There's no finish line.
You still falling.
A lot of parents want the guarantee.
Like you said, a doctor.
Your kids to have a guarantee.
There's a line when all of a sudden they hand you paper after years of school and money and shit, and you step over that line and I'm a doctor. We're in this gray area of,
could end tomorrow.
What the fuck is it?
And we made the choice.
Right.
See, that's the thing, is people they're complaining about, motherfucker, this shit ain't, this
complaining?
is what, sometimes my mother gets, I think I might get this deal and shit, and she goes, here's time for you to buckle down. I go, are you giving me fucking advice on my shit that I've done alone? You don't have a passport, Mom.
She's just...
You're not worldly. But I sit here and I listen to her be a mother.
A motherly
Which is why
advice.
women have kids,
motherly.
just to have somebody that's forced to listen to them.
Yeah.
But we have arguments now because I don't have to listen to my mother. I go, Ma, what the fuck are you talking about? Legitimately. Not Ma, what's going on? Like, Ma... Yes, have a seat. I could just feel you drifting away. Just sit down. Your feet are swelling up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because this business is so lonely. Because no one believes in you. When you go, I'm going to be a comic, everyone goes, it's like, you ever try to tell somebody an actual dream? Man, I fell asleep last night, man. It was a unicorn with a gun, and he had on boots. That's what you should say when you say you would go to show business.
Yeah.
Alone.
To you, it was like fucking, I
used to fucking go outside, right? When you first start out, you can only get a gig every 2 months. Every 2 months. And I used to go outside and just go someplace pretending I was going to do comedy, so she didn't think that this was a fiasco.
Shit.
I'm telling you. So now it's like you at this point. It's a lonely game. That's what people... Look, you know Gavin? You know Big Gavin and shit?
We love Gavin.
Man, he gets so hurt at how bad of friends we are. We're not real friends. Like, me and Bobby might talk every 6 months.
Bobby's in the back there. There's Bob Price.
Fucking Brando.
We used to pass Gavin off on each other. Like, I used to go.
Now it's coming out.
He's a big motherfucker.
Wait a minute, that's my nigga. But Gavin couldn't understand that we're not real friends. We're lonely people, and he didn't understand that me and Bobby would talk every month. The last time me and Bobby talked, Bobby gets on the phone and goes, oh, dude, you know what? It's been 3 weeks. I haven't thought about you in 3 weeks, man. So what's going on? Like, he started out by saying, you know what's weird? I didn't even think of you in 3 weeks.
That's my line.
And I go, okay, Bobby, we picked up from a conversation we had 3 weeks ago. And then we're not going to talk again for another month and some change. That's the lifestyle.
But you can have friends like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that can relate to that.
I don't like I couldn't imagine a daily friend like fucking Jughead and Archie kind of everyday
just
friend.
Just around.
You'd rather be alone in your house reflecting.
I would. You know something? There are a lot of times I might be miserable, but I'd rather be alone. Like, I'm just sitting there going, what am I doing? I'm flipping through the channels, drink a little wine. I'm sitting there going like, yeah, there's no one here. And then I think of someone being there, and I go, ugh. Yeah. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to fucking talk.
It's easier to be alone.
I'm alone.
It really is.
But I don't want to talk to anybody.
That's what my woman doesn't understand. She thinks I hate her. You don't understand, sweetie. My loneliness is so important to me. And don't try to help me not be lonely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like anybody right now. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. Yeah. I just want to be introverted Grinch. If somebody saw my holidays from Thanksgiving to now, it would be a sad scene in a movie that somebody would think they wrote. Just if you did a time lapse of me just sitting around jerking off 3 times a day. 3 times a day.
That's your holiday.
I have mastered left hand mouse.
Oh, yeah.
Jerking off to the right, and I'm sitting there looking for the exact right porn.
And you never get it. We were talking about it yesterday.
How it's like,
you never find the exact.
How you go, this is the one. I'm going to finish to this one. And then you're just about ready and go, nah, there's a better one. And hours go by. Hours.
And then you end up coming as you rewind it.
You come and you go like, why not waste so much time?
Did you ever come and not feel anything? You waited too long? The feeling slowly leaked out over a half hour?
You're just mad that you spent so much time doing that.
Finding that perfect moment. You never find a perfect moment.
It's just.
But Patrice,
I wouldn't trade it in.
No.
Patrice, you do realize a lot of the stuff you're saying, most guys out there can relate to, and men, I'm sure some of the women as well.
We are creeps.
Holidays suck. They really do suck. The older you get,
people don't want to. People don't. I think death is starting to bother me.
That's a midlife crisis.
Yeah, I just
you feel every fucking pain in your body.
Like,
now.
No, you know what? In my lifetime, I've never only can imagine Elvis as being the comparative. No one has cared about the death of anybody more than Michael Jackson in my life. In my lifetime.
That was a biggie.
JFK, Elvis, Michael Jackson, huge.
Yeah.
John Lennon. Nobody gives a fuck.
Lennon was a biggie.
Lennon, but nobody cares. Nobody fucking gives a shit.
No, dude.
So you're just here and you're gone.
Once you accept that,
you're done.
Once you accept that,
just go with it.
You're done. Yeah. Then you're done with it. Then it's just like, all right.
And I'm more important than most people. People know my name, but there's a guy right now that's just nobody.
At least you'll be on the internet for a little bit. The internet's kind of giving everybody a little immortality for as long as that lasts.
And I want fucking to be burned.
You do?
I do not.
Alive?
No. Fucking cremated. Because I don't want to be anybody's oil. In the year 40 billion.
Oh.
You don't want to pump into
I don't want to just be oil.
It's like, this is what my life came down to?
Fucking brontosaurus. Some brontosaurus is my fucking oil.
Yeah.
No. Burn me, motherfucker.
How's this?
I'm not in somebody's fucking flying car, nigga. Fuck you.
How's this? After you die, there will be thousands and thousands of beautiful days. Just beautiful days for other people to enjoy.
Shut up. It's horrible.
Look, there's a beautiful sun coming up here in New York City today, and there are millions and millions of people that are not going to see it today.
Fuck.
That's creepy.
Why don't we take a break?
That was my holiday. I appreciate it.
If we're going to continue with this, we better get some pot.
We'll talk about something.
We're going to have fun after the break. I just creep myself out.
We'll talk about this commerce officer that used to have a big dick.
Yeah, all right. We're gonna dumb it down.
Nigga.
We're gonna dumb it down after the break.